All right, good morning, everybody. This lesson is going to be on the final section in Chapter 3. We are going to work with writing equations of lines. So we're going to go through a couple of notes, a couple of examples, and then you guys are going to complete some try problems and some homework on your own. All right, so a lot of this stuff is kind of a review of things that you've done in algebra or pre-algebra. So we're going to review a couple of different concepts here. So first, we are going to review the concept of slope, okay? So when we're trying to find the slope between 2 points, slope can be discussed as rise over run, change in y over change in x, so on and so forth. So we are going to find the change in the y's, divide that by the change in the x's, and we like to leave our slopes as fractions. So leave as a fraction. Unless, of course, it works out to a whole number, then you can write it as a whole number. So here we go. We've got x1, y1, x2, y2. So m always represents our slope. y2 minus y1. Whoops, I made a mistake over here. This should be y2. Negative 9 minus 3 all over 3 minus negative 6. This becomes negative 12 over 9. And then we're going to reduce this. Each number is divisible by 3, so we get negative 4/3 for our slope. Okay, so the slope between those 2 points would be negative 4/3. So we have a rise of negative 4 and a run of positive 3. All right, so here we go. Next problem. x1, y1, x2, y2. M is equal to 18 minus 24, all over 13 minus 21. 18 minus 24 gives us negative 6. 13 minus 21 gives us negative 8. Again, a negative over negative reduces to a positive, and 6 over 8, they're both divisible by 2. So our slope is 3/4. And last but not least, x1, y1, x2, y2. M is equal to 9 minus 6, all over 1 minus negative 3. This becomes 3 over 4, and there's no reducing necessary for that, okay? All right, so now we're going to discuss how to write the equation of a line. And we can write an equation if we know the slope and any point that lies on the line. So we have a couple of different ways to do this. I prefer to use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, all of these values are going to have numbers subbed in. So we're going to know the slope, and we're going to know a point on the line. So we know our slope, and we know a point on the line. Okay, so our steps would be to plug in for all of those points, x1, y1, and m, and then we solve for y, and we rewrite in slope-intercept form, which looks like this. So essentially, you're just going to solve for y, isolate y. All right, so let's take a look at an example here. All right, an equation of a line that passes through negative 6, 4, and has a slope of 1/2. So my point is negative 6, 4, and my slope is 1/2. So again, we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we have our m, we have our x1, and we have our y1. So I'm going to sub all those in. Y minus 4 equals 1/2 x minus negative 6. Y minus 4 equals 1/2 x plus 6. We're going to go ahead and distribute. And then we can add 4 to both sides to get the y by itself. And this would be the equation of my line in slope-intercept form. Okay, and it's called slope-intercept form because it gives us the slope and it gives us the y-intercept, which would be 0, 7. All right. So parallel lines have the same slope, and perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals of each other. So an example, if we have y equals 1/7 x plus 2, and y equals 1/7 x minus 17. These would be parallel lines because they have the same slope. If we had y equals, let's say 1/7 x plus 2 again, but then we would have negative 7x minus 17, all right? These would be perpendicular because they have opposite reciprocal slopes. Okay, so to find the opposite reciprocal, we're basically just going to take the opposite sign and we are going to reciprocate the fraction, meaning flip it. So for example, if I have a slope of 2, then my opposite reciprocal would be negative 1/2. If I have a slope of negative 3/4, my opposite reciprocal would be positive 4/3. All right, so we're going to write the equation of the line that passes through -8 and is parallel. So since we're parallel to y equals 2x minus 3, that is going to tell us that our slope needs to be 2. Okay, we're getting the slope from the equation of this line. So my slope is 2, my point is 2, -8. So I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we have m and m, we have y1 and y1, and we have x1 and x1. So we're going to have y minus -8 equals 2 times x minus 2. So we're going to just bring this up here, y plus 8, and I'm going to distribute 2x minus 4, subtracting 8 from both sides. Y equals 2x minus 12 would be the equation of my line, which is parallel. Now, if we're writing the equation of the line that is perpendicular, we're still going to use the same point, but now our slope changes, okay? And it does completely change the equation of the line, so don't just assume that we can just change the slope and keep the same intercept. It's not how it works. So we're going to set up again. Okay, I've got my x1, I've got my m, and I've got my y1. So the initial setup is going to look pretty similar. Y minus -8 equals, now we have -1/2 x minus 2. Okay, so we change this. I will distribute my negative. So -1/2 times -2 is +1. But now you'll see this is completely changing the intercept. There should be an x there. And we get -7. Okay? All horizontal lines are parallel to each other, and the way that we can write the equation of a horizontal line is y equals, and then some constant, okay? So example, y equals 4 is the equation of a horizontal line. All vertical lines are parallel to each other, and the way that we can write the equation of a vertical line is x equals some number, such as x equals 4. All horizontal lines are perpendicular to all vertical lines. So write the equation of the line that passed through 4, 5 and is parallel to the line y equals 6 and perpendicular to the line y equals 6. Okay, so let's just kind of talk about this first. Here we have a horizontal line, and I know it's horizontal because it says y equals 6. Okay, so I know that my parallel line also needs to be horizontal. Okay, so since it's parallel, I need to write the equation of the horizontal line through 4, 5. And as we discussed before, the equation of the horizontal line is through the y value, okay? Because since it's horizontal, the x's are all changing, but the y's are staying the same. So this would be y equals 5. Okay. As for the perpendicular line, I need to write the equation of a vertical line through 4, 5. And again, the vertical line is the equation x equals. So we're going through our x value in this case, which is 4. So then just kind of see how that works here. Okay, y equals 6 is the horizontal line through the y value of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's our y equals 6. Y equals 5 would be the equation of the horizontal line right underneath it through 5. And then x equals 4. I'll do this one in a different color. Is the equation of the vertical line through the x value of 4, like so. And these are both perpendicular. Okay? All right. So that is it for today's mini lesson. For the closure, you guys are going to complete the try problems and check your answers with the key on Google Classroom. And then after that, you can work on your Big Ideas math assignment. Okay, as always, reach out via Google Chat or through the meeting chat if you have any questions. If you guys are in class, you can just raise your hand and let me know and I can help you. All right.